I've done a lot of chops that sounded phenomenal and no one cared.
No one cares.
Not the band, not the crowd, nobody. Welcome to the channel. If you are here, you know you're going to get some industry insight. You're also going to get some things that are going to completely change the trajectory of your entire career. My job is to not only show you guys what to do on the kit, but to show you what to do off the kit and show you what not to do off the kit. So this video is about how to overcome stage fright. And I actually want to share a quick story with you guys. But number one is you have to have the confidence in what you're doing. How do you build the confidence in what you're doing to do it repetitively? So I was playing at Verizon's How Sweet the Sound, and we did these 12-hour rehearsals, right? Sometimes for people that know, you do 12 on, 12 off, right? 12 off, you're just doing whatever you're doing, then 12-hour rehearsals, then 12 off, you do whatever you're doing, 12-hour rehearsals. And so I was doing Verizon's How Sweet the Sound, and at this time, arenas didn't scare me, but lack of preparation did. And so when I get there, we're doing sound check. Sound check is amazing. Everything is great. Everything as we practice in these 12-hour rehearsals are amazing. And when we get to the show, I'm sitting down and something just doesn't feel right. It's not sitting right with me. As the song starts, I realize I have a different drummer's mix. If you don't know, sound engineers have mixes that you particularly have, right? This is drummer A, this is drummer B, this is drummer one, this is drummer two, this is band one, this is band two. And so I'm like, I don't have my mix. And so when he hits the track, this is in an arena, guys. This is Radio City Music Hall. He hits the track. And as he hits the track, I'm like, I'm not hearing what I got to hear. So I'm like, well, let me try to get it on because the show must go on, right? Now, in this sense, I advise all of you to be strong in what you have going on. Not arrogant, very strong, very confident. What ended up happening was I'm telling the sound guy who's literally right here in the shadows, I'm like, bro, I got no track. He's telling me, yo, you got track. You got track. He's looking at it like, you got track. I'm like, yo, I have no track. Finally, I make the decision. I said, all right, I'm going to come in anyway. So I start coming in with no track. I'm off from what the choir's doing. Somebody's beating a tambourine and all of this stuff is going on. And the guy's just looking at me. So in the midst of an arena performance, I stop. I stop because I'm telling this man that I don't have what I need, and he's arrogantly telling me, oh, you got it because my iPad says so.
Perfect.
Oh, the choir singing, organs playing. Oh, I got, yeah. You need to develop the confidence. Having the confidence in your craft means that you have the confidence around your craft, right? And so when I get there, I don't come to any gig to babysit another person's job or anything like that. But if I know something's off, trust and believe I know something's off. If I've been doing this for a long time, trust and believe I know that something's off. And the confidence is what guided me on saying, I'm going to make this decision. It was not going to be on me to make the whole rest of the competition or make the rest of it sound bad because somebody had a negative attitude in regard to me telling them I can't hear, okay? Confidence is what you need. And what is confidence? To sum this section up, confidence is the ability to reciprocate what's been practiced. Confidence is the ability to reciprocate what's been practiced. The only way you can overcome stage fright to the best of its ability is having confidence. A lot of you don't understand that in a drummer's mind, because I've been playing for so long, my drummers, my elite people, you know who I'm talking to. You comment and tell me if I'm wrong. When you're playing a set and you're playing music, two things are on your mind. Everything everybody else is doing, and also just random thoughts. I can play an entire solo just thinking about, dang, bro, I want a Snickers. I wish it was my cheat day. Man, this is crazy, bro, man. Look at my wife out there looking good, man. Oh, man, this is crazy. Oh, wait, what am I doing? Oh, here comes a 4. Kapu, bah, two. And they're like, whoa, whoa. And then your mind is like, oh, what happened? Especially if you get into a standpoint where you're consistently playing over and over. Why? Because you're reciprocating an ability. You're reciprocating something you practice over and over. This is why in a lot of different environments, when you're going for a solo and you are conscious about what you're doing, you're not necessarily going after the stuff you practiced last night. I can only get that thing one time. Why the freak would I do that during a show? And so you have to understand confidence comes from just doing something over and over. If you have 3 chops and they're all single stroke rolls, I promise you, if you did those with some spaces, people will love it because the fluency is what they like to hear. They don't want to hear you do 100 chops. Bruce Lee said it the best. I don't fear the man who practiced 100 moves one time. I fear the man who practiced one move 100 times. So people want to hear you be fluent, okay? Confidence. Get that one down. The next one is not caring when you mess up, right? Let me use this example for a lot of guys out there. You don't approach women because you're afraid of what they might say. They might reject you. They might tell you your teeth are ugly. They might tell you your breath stink. They might tell you you're fat, you're skinny, you're too wide, you're too short, etc. And the guys who can succeed with women are the ones who can have a regular conversation without actually wanting something from her, right? The guys who do relatively well with anybody are the people who can literally go out there, warrant a conversation without something in return. But when you want something in return, people can smell that on you. It's no different in music. When you want to sound good so bad, people can smell that on you. A lot of musicians are afraid to mess up because they're automatically looking for something in return. You're automatically looking for somebody to like what you're doing. You're looking for so many things outside of just playing the music. If you came to play the music, you will do fine. If you came to play the music, you will do fine. But the times that it really affects you is when you're like, I want to be great. I want to be great. Like you hear that drummer where the 4th bar is coming up and you know there's a space coming up and he took his bar 4 measures early. And you're like, what the fudge? And so it's just, and then the hit comes. It's like, well, apparently you were still doing that while the singer was still singing. It's like you want to be so great, so bad that you forget to just show up for the music. Show up for the music. I'm telling you, those gigs where you're just playing something over and over is just as fun as those gigs. You got all those hits and all other stuff. You need to learn the music and study it and get yourself embedded into it and stop looking for something in return out of the gig. Because again, like I said, people can sniff and smell that. Okay? And secondly, with that point, you need to understand that there are millisecond or second decisions, right? When I play stuff like this, I wasn't thinking in my mind, oh, I really can't wait to showboat. It was more so, this is the feeling, this is the energy. And if you don't obey the energy of the moment, you will miss it. If you think that you're going to practice right now, and I'm going to do this chop at this bar, I'm going to do this piano run at this bar, when you get there and everybody else had the same idea, then it's going to sound like Guitar Center at this bar. You need to understand that your musicality is going to come from listening to everything around you. You ever wonder why you can get a band of people who've never played together, they learned the record and they came together and they sound good? Because it's no coincidence that every last one of them are playing, just watching, waiting, and listening. They are not foregoing their skill at all by any means, but they're watching and listening to what everybody else is doing so they know how to pick their space. And the best way to do that, cheat code, goodness gracious, the best way to do that is lay low for a couple of bars. Even more so, like if I hear a bass player, I'm waiting to the second bar. If he does it again, I'm joining him on that third one because chances are he's going to do it 4 bars in a row. There's little cheat codes to how you do things, but what I'm saying and what I'm trying to get at is obey the moments. If you obey the moments, bro, you can play with whoever you want and sound musical. And a lot of times, those are the opportunities you're going to get. If you're trying to really reach like ranks, those are the opportunities you're going to get. You're not going to, well, I had 10 rehearsals with my guys and it went great. Oh, that's great. That's cool. You go on tour, of course. But outside of that, you might just get a on the fly opportunity and just throw you in the river. And it's a famous artist. They just push you off to see if you can swim. For them, it was a gig. For you, that was your audition. All right. So just obey the moments. Obey those moments. Last tip for you is stop caring so much. This is such a backwards point in regard to how to get over stage fright. But literally what causes me to play well is when I don't care. Like when I start caring, for some reason, it just backfires. Then I'm prejudging what I already said don't do. I'm prejudging the 4th bar. And I'm like, I need to do something that sounds great and this and this. And the reality is I've done a lot of chops that sounded phenomenal and no one cared. Not the band, not the crowd, nobody. Barely the crowd. Unless it's something that they can understand and I'm really yammering, right? We call it fighting for camera time. If I'm fighting for camera time and I'm yamming down and I'm making faces, they come to me, all showtime, baby. But other than that, I overthink something and then I miss a whole moment expecting everybody to go, woo! They don't. And so when you force yourself not to care, like I said before, you marry the music. If I go to a gig and they say, yo, we got a gig in front of 50,000 people, I will never forget. I will tell this story at a later time, but I'll never forget going to Kara Shear's live recording. We did not have a sound check, guys. Not one bit. And I was playing with Tim Bowman and I was playing with my guy Phil. I was playing with Eli and we didn't have a sound check. And, everybody was, not everybody, but a few of us were freaking out. And I was just sitting there like, bro, I don't care. We came together and we got there and it was just a fun experience. And it was like lights and bells and whistles. And I was just happy to be there, listening to one of my favorite drummers, listening to my boy Kev, listening to all these people. I was just happy to be there. So by the time came that we had to play, I still didn't care. I was like, bro, if I mess up, I don't care. And I know people are like, that's wrong. It's not wrong. I don't care. I really don't. And the reason being is, again, the reciprocation aspect of it. If you practice over and over, you're reciprocating the excellence that you've already done before. You're just bringing yourself to a different atmosphere. 500 people, 5,000 people, 50,000 people, it all feels the same. You know why? Because you're bringing yourself to the atmosphere. You are bringing what you've done. You are bringing the God-given talent and the time that you work to the table. Whenever I get anywhere, I'm not sitting here like, oh gosh, there's a lot of people. Oh, he, who. When I get there, the first thing I do is I look at the drums, I see where everything is level, and I say, okay, cool. All these people here are now welcomed into my environment. My environment stops right there. And that's how you need to think of it. I know it sounds crazy, but draw yourself an invisible shield. Your environment stops right there. And as soon as it stops right there, you understand that this is home. I don't care. I'm not overconscious about looking down or looking straight or doing this or getting my form right and all that stuff. It's a performance. If I do a paradiddle and I don't double down on one hand, but I do it 3 times on the other, who cares? Stop overthinking it and just marry the moment and marry the music. Make this your bubble. And whether it's 5 people or 50,000 or even 100,000, when you get to that point, I pray that you do, this is your bubble. I'm here to do something that I've been doing for a long time. Why would I be nervous enough to kick me out of my element? Thank you, God, for getting me here. And I'm going to show these people what you've helped me accomplish, because you did not have to give me the limbs. You did not have to give me the knowledge, the brain, the healthy mind. You did not have to give me any of this stuff. But thank you, God, that you did. So now guess what? I'm going to go ahead and show these people what you did in my circle. All right? That's how you overcome stage fright. All right, Don J., you guys, September 27th, these courses and these, no, I'm sorry, that's wrong. The courses are coming out late October, last week October. The membership starts September 27th. Well, I'm going to give you a lot of insight, and it'll be more so of an email, one-on-one type, give me information, consistent information. I'm not just talking about like YouTube stuff. Hey, how do you do this? How do you do this? I'm talking, go to this website, pay for this subscription, do this. This will get your music sales to this. This will get this is insight stuff. Okay. Numbers. We would crunch numbers. We would get into the numbers in regard to your streams, how many streams you get if you do here, how to not promote it, where to go. I'm giving you cheat code gems, but you cannot share them with other people who are not paying for it because it's against the legal ramifications of my website. Anyway, Don J, go to the website, memberships. I will help you out there, and I will see you in the next one.